Hey everyone, thanks for stopping back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Mindii Simii, and here on my channel you will find mostly speed builds, but I also do game reviews, challenges, let's plays, and more. So if you enjoy that sort of content, please be sure to check out some of my other videos. Give them a great big thumbs up if you enjoy them. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts and opinions are, because your opinions matter to me. So today's video is a fun little Christmas video that I'm super excited to share with you guys. It is shorter than most of my other videos, which is totally okay because most of my other videos are kind of unreasonably long. But this is the house from one of my all-time favorite Christmas movies, and that is A Christmas Story. So if you are here in the United States or Canada, I imagine you are really familiar with A Christmas Story, and even in some of the other countries, I imagine you've probably seen this movie or even heard of this movie. There's a lot of quotable lines in this movie, and it's basically a cult classic Christmas movie. It came out in 1983, and the house that they used for this movie is actually about 2.5 hours away from where I live here in Ohio. This house is actually in Cleveland, Ohio, and somebody purchased it a while ago and redid it, and it looks exactly like the house in the movie, and they actually have tours in it, and it's also a bed and breakfast now, so it's pretty cool. I've never visited, although I've always wanted to. I still need, it's like on my to-do list. I need to go visit it. But anyway, if you are not familiar with this movie, this is a movie about a little boy who wants a Red Ryder BB gun for Christmas, and all of the adults in his life tell him that he'll shoot his eye out. So it's kind of that classic child wants something really, really bad, and your parents just tell you it's not good for you. This is like a cult classic. I don't know if I've already said that because I've tried to record this a million times already. But this was one of my dad's favorite movies, and my dad loved the notorious leg lamp. If you don't know what the leg lamp is, what happens in the movie is the father in the movie actually wins a contest, and I don't actually remember what kind of contest it is that he entered or exactly like the idea around it, but basically he wins this contest, and one day there's a knock on the door during dinner, and the whole family goes to the door, and he gets his prize, and he opens it up in this box, this big box, and there is this huge leg lamp, which he proudly displays, much to his wife's dismay, in the middle of the living room in the center of the front window. Later on in the movie, the leg lamp breaks, and it's always kind of been one of those, did the wife break it or was it an accident kind of thing. So my dad always loved the leg lamp, and every Christmas we watched this movie, and so for me, I think a lot of it is nostalgia, especially because my dad loved it so much. My dad unfortunately has been gone for almost 6 years now, and it's just one of those things that I think I just really held on to. I think if I had never seen this movie, and I watched it now, I probably wouldn't like it because the kids are they're really whiny, and it's just an older movie. I don't know that I would like it as much now if I didn't have the connection that I have to it, but I do watch it every Christmas, and I love it. And actually, I believe it's TBS puts on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve for 24 hours, all they play is A Christmas Story. So that's how popular it is here in the United States. Now, this movie was actually not filmed here in the United States, and it was not filmed at this house. The house was too small. So this was filmed in, I believe, Toronto, Canada. And correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's Toronto, Canada. I do know it is Canada. I just don't know where in Canada, but basically they kind of did a remodel of this house because this house was way too small. So I tried, it was really easy for me to get online and find pictures of this house, and I even watched some walkthrough tours on YouTube of this house, so I was able to get like a decent layout. However, this layout does not match the layout of the movie, if that makes sense, because obviously the movie is a set and not in this house. So I did my best of what I found online to kind of make it match the actual layout of the house. But here we're working on the living room, and I also have to say there's a few parts that I skipped, and there is also a few things that I didn't clutter this house a whole bunch because I don't imagine this is a house that you'll play in, but I did make sure that it was playable. So it is a playable house if you want to. I just didn't spend a lot of time cluttering it for a few reasons. One, I wanted it to look almost, you know, like it would if you were to go visit the actual house where there's just not a lot of clutter. Obviously nobody lives in it. Like I said, I think it is a bed and breakfast. Like on the 3rd floor, I believe they like remodeled the attic to make it a bed and breakfast. But I wanted to make it look, you know, like the movie set or like the actual movie. And so here in the living room, you guys will see those little stands off to the left there with that lamp. That is where that leg lamp would go. Of course, we do not have a leg lamp in The Sims, although I really believe we should petition to get a leg lamp in The Sims. I really think that we need one. And then over here in the living room, there's actually 2 sofas back to back. And one side has the fireplace on it as well as the Christmas tree, and the other side has a radio. And the radio is where Ralphie, who is the main character, he listens to Little Orphan Annie, and he's part of the secret society club. So every night he listens to the radio station, and that's a whole kind of big part of the movie. So I wanted that to reflect in this house as well, as that Ralphie listens to the radio. And then also, of course, the living room's kind of really popular because that's where they open up their presents. So I wanted to have the living room look exactly like it did in the movie, or at least as close as I could get it to without the leg lamp. So I feel like I did a really good job on the living room. I think it looks really good. The rest of the house is kind of hard to mimic because while you see lots of parts of the house, again, it's different than the pictures that I could find. I couldn't really find any pictures of the actual set, and the ones that I did just didn't look the same as they did in the movie. So they actually have this really cool staircase in the house, and I've always liked the staircase. Even when I was little, I was like, that is just the coolest staircase. And now that we have stairs that can like turn and like we can make into different shapes, I was able to create that staircase, and I was pretty proud of it. This house is kind of notorious for having like the green and yellow vibe to it. The movie actually takes place in like the 50s, like the early 50s. So the house is older, and it's a rather large house, but probably back then it was probably considered like a small house, and it's actually like a shotgun style house. So if you're trying to get some kind of idea of it, it's very just downstairs, upstairs kind of thing. I wouldn't really call it a Victorian style house. Basically, when you first walk in the house, the actual house, so the house in Cleveland, Ohio that you can go visit, when you first walk in, there's an entranceway, and the entranceway is another thing that I really wanted to pop out because in the movie, there's another notorious line where Ralphie's little brother his mom is getting them ready for school, and she's bundling them up, and she's putting all kinds of coats and scarves and mittens on his little brother, and his little brother is like mumbling that he can't put his arms down, but she can't understand him because the scarf is in his face. And he just starts whining. He's like, I can't put my arms down. And she tells him, like, you put your arms down when you're at school. And so the whole walk to school, his arms are just like kind of poofed out. I'll see if I can find a picture for you guys if you haven't seen it. But so I wanted that entranceway to kind of have a lot of hats and gloves and coats and mittens. And so I was really thankful for the mitten rack that we got with Snowy Escape because I was able to kind of reflect that in the entranceway. Alright, so after the dining room is the kitchen. I struggled a little bit with the kitchen because in order to make this playable, I had to add a countertop to it. And in the kitchen, in the movie, it didn't look like there was a countertop, although there is a part under the sink where Ralphie's little brother hides after Ralphie gets into a fist fight, and he hides underneath the cabinet, and when his mom asks what is wrong, he says, Daddy's gonna kill Ralphie. And so that's another notorious scene. And so that little cabinet that I stuck, I believe it's a tea cabinet from Snowy Escape, I kind of stuck in remnants of that cabinet, so I hope that kind of makes sense. And again, I will put a picture on the screen for you guys. But the kitchen was a little bit of a struggle. There's actually a basement to this house. I decided not to add a basement just because you don't ever see it in the movie. So also I finish up the kitchen off camera, and I add a washing machine down there as well. So this house is fully functional. Moving on to the bathroom. The bathroom's pretty notorious as well because there's a scene where Ralphie is helping his dad change the tire, and when he drops a screw, he says, "Oh, fudge," except for he does not say fudge, he says the other F word. And the scene after that shows his mom putting soap in his mouth, standing at this kitchen sink right here. So of course I had to put a bar of soap on the sink. And then in another scene where Ralphie is decoding his Little Orphan Annie Secret Society decoder, he locks himself in the bathroom and sits at the toilet to decode that decoder, and it actually turns out to just be an ad that says "drink your Ovaltine," and he was pretty disappointed. He had locked his brother out. His brother had to go to the bathroom really bad. So yeah, I wanted the bathroom to kind of reflect their bathroom and look pretty much like the real thing. Moving on to the brothers' room, this house does have 3 bedrooms. I do end up making the 3rd bedroom a rec room because in the movie the brothers do share a bedroom. So again, I wanted that to kind of be reminiscent of the movie. So the bedroom is probably one of the most cluttered rooms in the house because it's a kid bedroom. Again, I apologize, the rest of the house is not cluttered. I didn't want it to be super cluttered. I didn't imagine it to be a house that you would play in, more as like a house that you would like take tours in. So totally up to you. There's a lot that you can do if you decide to remodel this house. It does have a pretty cool layout. So outside, I don't show you the outside. I just put a couple bushes out front along with a car and a fence, and then a shed which has a few activities to do in the shed as well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think in the comments down below. If this is a movie that you saw as a kid and liked it, it seems like people either really like it or really hate it. So let me know your thoughts on this movie. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And with all of that being said, I hope wherever you are, whatever you celebrate, that you have a happy holiday. And yeah, I have another Christmas build coming out for you guys soon, so I will see you soon. But until then, I hope you guys are enjoying your family and enjoying your loved ones as much as you can in this horrible, struggling time. We are all going through it. I understand. So stay safe, guys. Remember to wear a mask, and I will talk to you later. Bye.